Today on Let's Talk Health, we'll be having the tampon conversation, and some of the guys do not like it, but it will not stop us from having this conversation, because at the end of the day, one day you'll marry a woman, your mother is a woman, your sister is a woman, you have female friends, you have female cousins, so you have to learn these things too. So what are tampons? Tampons serve as an alternative to sanitary pads. The difference is that this time around, tampons are inserted into the private part, but it still serves the same function. And after that, the female is able to pull it out with the aid of a syringe that is attached to the tampon. Some women use tampons because they react badly to sanitary pads. So if you're among those that use sanitary pads comfortably, I need you to know today that you actually have a testimony. Number two, some women just like the fact that you don't even need to wear pants if you're making use of tampons. Just insert your tampons and move out, have your day, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. When it's time to change, you go and change and insert a new one. You can do without pants, even in your period, if you're making use of tampons. Then number three, some people just like the level of comfort that a tampon offers you, and the fact that it does not limit certain activities that you do. For example, when you are in your period and you make use of tampons, you can go to the swimming pool and swim, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you cannot be able to do that with sanitary pad. However, some women are still very skeptical about using tampons because of the insertion. Another reason why so many women are skeptical about making use of tampons is a rare but life-threatening complication of tampon usage called toxic shock syndrome. Toxic shock syndrome is linked with the entry of bacteria into a person's body system. It could be through a cut, it could be through a wound, but it can be very catastrophic. I can take a person down in a matter of hours. So that's why if you make use of tampons, you must be very sensitive to the symptoms of toxic shock syndrome. It could be high fever, it could be lightheadedness, serious headaches, you may just start vomiting, you have abnormal rashes all over your skin, and it's not for you to start going to the pharmacist to prescribe something for you. Please find your way to the hospital, because toxic shock syndrome will kill you in a matter of hours. This episode was not intended to put fear into the heart of anybody that is making use of tampons, or into the heart of anybody that is planning to switch to tampons. Look, you can get HIV from blood transfusion, but we have not said for that reason we are going to stop doing blood transfusion in medicine. No, but rather there are some laid out guidelines and principles that a doctor will follow to have a successful blood transfusion without transmitting diseases to anybody. There are also guidelines for you to use tampons that will ensure that you do not come down with toxic shock syndrome at the end of the day. Number one, when you make use of tampons, you must make extra efforts to store it under the right condition, where there is not much heat or moisture, because those things become a perfect breeding ground for bacteria, and when the bacteria is on the tampon and you just insert it, you're giving the bacteria easy access into your body system. Remember what I told you causes toxic shock syndrome. Number two, whenever you're in your lighter flows, if you have heavy flows for the first 2 days, maybe by your third flow you can switch to pads. When you make use of tampons, please try to change every 4 to 6 hours. It's not like sanitary pad that you can leave 8 hours. It's not advisable. Don't sleep in tampons if possible. At night, try to make use of pad, and then when you start going about your day, you continue with the tampons from where you stopped. Try to wash your hand before and after you insert tampons. Tampons come in different absorbance, and you are advised to go for the least one possible. And finally, if you have ever had toxic shock syndrome as a complication of tampon usage, please, you are not advised to continue with tampons. You can go for the other alternatives for your menstruation. Thank you guys for joining me today on the show. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to share this post. God bless you.